Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Long Dark with Gazbeard and our 1000 day Voyager attempt. We're in Mystery Lake at the camp office and we just need to step outside and see what's going on in the world. We killed a couple of wolves yesterday. We need to get them harvested. The weather's not too bad, although this slow falling snow is the type that makes our clothes wet very quick and runs the risk of turning into a blizzard. It's about 10 AM, so an hour or two after sunrise, and we're heading out onto the lake where we left the two wolf carcasses unharvested last night in yesterday's episode. So there's one here that's quite close to the shore, or to the camp office shore, and there's another one further out nearer to that first fishing hut. What we're going to do is we're going to go out and get the furthest one first, and that snow is getting heavier. The visibility is dropping, and from the angle that the snow's falling, the wind is picking up. Now I should have spotted all of that, and you'll see why in a second. So we're here, just have a look around for some feathers. Pick them up if possible. No, also have a look around, see if there's any other wolves patrolling. There's not. Let's move in. Let's harvest the carcass. He's only a small wolf, 3.6 kilos. And let's just get all of that harvested. Now, watch the temperature, bottom center. Bam! Straight down to a hypothermia risk in the hour or so that it took to harvest that wolf. And there's the blizzard coming in that I warned you about as we were walking out across the lake. So we need to get back, and we need to get back fast.
Heavy.
We're overloaded already. We're on a hypothermia risk. Our temperature bar has bottomed out. We're not going to be able to harvest this wolf. But let's just check his weight. It's coming up to midday. I will take the feather. It's 4.6 kilos. It's going to take over an hour just to get the meat. Never mind the hide and the guts. We're not going to get that. We're going to have to get back, warm up, and then come back. And as you can hear, we've got a bit of a sound issue going on. I'm having to re-record this voiceover because for some reason it did not record the original live play voiceover. So if you catch me talking future and past tense to events in this video, that's the reason why. Now we've just sprinted across the last of the ice to get over here and get into the wind shadow. There's the wind shadow shield just come up at the top of the screen. Just gonna drop the meat and get straight back inside. Just going to drop it and move. We need to get inside. We need to get warmed up. Take a bit of meat and a fish with us.
Might have to drop some gear
for lunch. Now we need to drop the hide and guts and put the bow away. If we eat now, because his calories were on 0, it'll also help him to warm up by having the calories to do so. I'd best have a drink as well, and then we'll get this hide and the guts put down. And just put it on the end of the row here. Go. And we have got a slot across there where we can get the guts put away. Just a bit of fiddling and faffing to get them under the shelf where we want them. There we go. That's that done. Now we need to warm up. got that hypothermia risk. It won't take long to shift that, and we are warming up with 2 arrows even without a fire, just by being inside the camp office. So let's just do a bit of reading, make use of the time while we're warming up, give the blizzard a chance to blow itself out. And as I've mentioned to people before, trying to do any form of pastime for 1 hour, whether it's reading or sleeping or resting or whatever you're doing, 1 hour doesn't seem to work. The blizzard just won't blow itself out. 2 hours seems to be the minimum, and on interloper difficulties it seems to be 3 hours. I don't know whether that's a programmed mechanic in the game. That's just what I've found. So having done that bit of reading, let's just step out, see what's happening to the weather, prep the bow just in case. I have seen both wolves and bears walking past the front of the camp office, and the weather's still looking pretty rough, and I would like to get out and get that wolf harvested anyway, despite the weather. If we're careful how we do it, we can avoid the hypothermia risk. So the wind seems to be easing off, and certainly the snow is not as dense as it was. So let's just sprint out to the wolf, save the amount of time that we're exposed to the weather. There we are, there he is. And 4.6, he's a mid-sized wolf. We'll just harvest his meat in one solid hit. Right, our temperature seems to be okay. Let's get his hide and guts. Looks like we're not suffering from a temperature drop, which is good. Right, let's get this.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Now we'll just pick up the feathers and then we'll get this back. Just check there's no other beasties lurking around. 3 crows flying in formation means we got this weather for about 3 hours, which is good. That will allow us to go collect some firewood and build up the stocks prior to cooking these 2 wolves. And we're moving at a decent pace, which means the wind is not against us, even though we're only walking. We are heavy, much heavier than I would expect from just picking up the harvestables off that wolf. So we're going to need to look at our inventory later. The cattails are starting to respawn. That's good. So we'll just go to the back of the camp office and drop the meat. And you can see we've still got the meat from earlier on sitting there. Not a lot of firewood there, so we're going to need to go and get some more. We might need to have a quick munch before we go. Give us some calories for cutting the wood. And a drink would be useful, but before we go out we'll drop the skin and the guts, just to remove the scent and stop other predators from coming and jumping on us. So find the skin, drop the skin, there we are, near as damn it perfect. Not exactly right, but it's close enough for government work. Drop the guts here, get them under that corner of the bench. And yeah, a bit of fiddling, can't get it. That chair's in the way, too close to the filing cabinet as well to get across properly. So bring it out, drop it, change the angle from which we've picked it up. There we go. Right, now that chair's been a pain in the neck. I really should get that chopped down. If we crouch down, we can get these guts further under the bench, leaving space for another one. Right. We need to go get some firewood. Now, we can head to the left or the right of those rocks up there. I'm looking for the deer. If we don't see the deer, it hints that there's a wolf prowling around up the top. But it may just be that he's gone off into that clearing up there between the rocks to join his mates, and he'll come back a bit later. So we'll just be a bit cagey going across here in case there is a wolf waiting for us. I believe we've now cleared all the ones off the lake, but there's up to, well, just up here there's usually a wolf patrols backwards and forwards over the railway line just ahead of us, and then another one further up there towards the tunnel. However, I'm not seeing them. That might mean that they've gone across to No Name Pond or Unnamed Pond to pack up with the guys over there, which would be our next clear out if we decided to go to the pond. But for now we just want get some sticks and some firewood, and it's mainly cedar down here. There is some fir further down at the bottom of this valley, but in terms of what's nearest to the camp office, it's going to be cedar. So if we can get a couple of them before sunset, I'll be happy. Our hydration's just hit the floor. We're going to need to take a drink. And come across here, get this other piece of cedar, get some sticks as well. Scanning around, watching for more sticks to pick up, and at the same time watching for the movement of a wolf or even the bear. And it's just turning to sunset now. If the game's following normal weather patterns, the fact it's a red sunset...
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Stop interrupting. The fact it's a red sunset should mean that it's going to be a clear day tomorrow. But in this game that's not guaranteed. So we're pretty heavy laden. We're quite slow going back. I'm not sure if the wind's in our face. The wind is building up, or starting to build up. Wouldn't surprise me if the wind's in our face.
Food.
Yes, situation normal, Mark. Don't keep telling us. I call him Mark because that's the name of the actor who did the voice acting in the game. Yeah, it's quite typical of this game that when you're heavy laden, the wind will veer and blow in your face to slow you down even further. You notice it most on forlorn muskeg when you're coming along the railway line. It always does it. When you're not at your weight capacity, there's either no wind or the wind's behind you. As soon as you pick up enough to put you over weight limit, the wind swings round into your face and pushes against you. So not only are you slowed down due to the weight you're carrying, but you're slowed down even further by the wind blowing onto you. So coming up on the camp office, and I wonder if there's any sticks on the entrance to the lakeside trail. Not going to bother with them. Just get down onto the camp office and drop this wood. fact, we're in the wind shadow, so we might as well just get it cooked. But let's just check these pieces of meat, because there is 2 sub 1 kilo pieces in there somewhere. Let's just make sure that all of the first batch are the same weight, the full kilos, so that we've got the same cooking time. There we go. That'll do. Right, let's get the fire going. It's not going to let me use the magnifying glass because it's too late in the day. It's still a bit cloudy, and on top of that we're in the shadow of the building and the ridge next to it. So I've got to use matches this time round. Come on, fire, light first time. Come on, burn. Burn, burn. Come on. Get going. There you are. Nearly there. Come on. Don't go out at the last second. There we go.
Alright.
And again. This time we use the fire striker with a bit of cedar. Get the best possible chance. No. Use matches. Try and save the fire striker. It's getting a bit worn. And you can hear that the wind's getting up. Come on, burn away, burn, burn, burn. There he is, that's the way. Yes. Right. We need about roughly an hour and a half for each kilo of wolf. So let's just pile all of that cedar on. Total of 3 pieces to each fire. Gives us about 3.5 hours burning. Which means that we should be able to get the full kilos done as well as the half kilos. Just separate out the meat by size. That way we can do a quick swap over when the bits on the cooking stones are finished. Remembering of course that as our fire starting skills go up, we get longer on the fires outside than the duration initially shown. So we should have plenty of time to get these cooked. Just hunker down and get the benefit of the warmth. For some reason it's not showing me the time left on that piece of meat, it's showing me the duration on the fire. So 54 minutes, and I made a bit of a mistake here.
Not sure why I feel
Didn't realise it till afterwards, but I had some crafting to do that I could have done while that meat was cooking. A couple of fishing kits to make. But that's the way things happen.
Something's gotta go.
So just to remind you, if you skipped forward in the video and missed where I mentioned it while we were out on the lake, the narration on this video failed to record, so I'm having to do it again in post-production, and that's why there's a little bit of hindsight going on. Got enough fire left on that fire to cook 1.5 litres of water, so we'll just get that done because we're getting low on water. And we need to eat. He's complaining about hunger again. And as the reminder on screen says, please do help me to grow the channel. Give the video a like if you're enjoying it. Click the subscribe button for the channel, and don't forget to click the bell so that you get notifications when there's new videos. If you don't do that, you won't get them. It's one of the things that came out of the, I believe it was the European Spam Initiative, or whatever it was called, the law that came in earlier this year. Okay, so that's the water cooked, the meats are cooked. Let's see, get some torches off the fire. Just extinguish them immediately, put them in the backpack. Yeah, we just missed a second one on that. Let's not waste a stick. We can get 2 out of this one. There's 1. And just realised, shouldn't have extinguished that torch, because we're going to need light to drop and place the meat, and also to get up to the bed inside the lake office. So just relight it from the campfire embers, and let's get the meat dropped and placed. Drop all the 1 kilo meats first.
I could just lay down right here.
And we'll get all of them on the back of the queue for eating. There we go. That's the first set. And like I said in yesterday's episode, I lay them out like this. There's a couple of reasons. One is so that I can see at a glance how much meat I've got, so that I know when I have to go hunting, or how many days activity I can do on other things without hunting. But also I lay them out in order of their condition, so that I'm eating the lowest condition meat first and get it eaten before it spoils and we lose it. Right, indoors.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
And he's pretty tired, so he's complaining about the weight that he's carrying, because with fatigue comes a reduced carrying capacity. It's one of the things this game does very well. So, get up, there's the bed, put the torch out. We don't need it now. And let's just have supper. How many calories has he got? 680. He only needs a couple of hundred to get him through the morning, so we'll eat that partial kilo of wolf. We'll take a drink. And then we can go for a sleep until sunrise. It's midnight, so about an 8-hour sleep will do the job. He won't be fully rested when he wakes up, but he'll be as good as. So there we are, waking up in full daylight. 71 days, 15 hours, 53 minutes. We're solidly into day 72 now. Have that piece of fish for breakfast. Have a drink. And now we've got to decide what to do. We don't need to go fishing again, although it would be good to have the relaxation, but we need to declutter the inventory and lose a lot of this weight that we're carrying. We'll put the good condition torches in the drawer. I've got 3 at 44%. 4 of them, in fact. Right, we need to drop those other lower condition torches outside so that we can use them for entering the building. For now, I'm just dropping them here, but we really should split them up and have some of them over by the campfires so that we can light them from the campfires if we're cooking late at night, rather than having to use a match or the fire striker when we get to the back door. Again, we just tidy them up, save a bit of real estate so that we can make use of that side of the building to drop stuff. How many sticks are we carrying? Too many. Let's just get them dropped as well. Just builds up the store of campfire fuel. We need to get some more wood cut. I'll just move that cooking pot off the cooking stones. Just saves a job for when we're tired. Right, what's happening on the lake? Let's have a look. Well, it's a nice sunrise. And yeah, there's another wolf spawned already. That's probably the first one that we killed round in the river valley. The one that we chased off from the bunnies. So we're going to have to go and clean him out. Can't say that we finished culling the wolves until he's gone. So let's get the bow out. And we're in a good condition if we miss him and have to wrestle him, so I'm not worried about that. We've got the choice of the axe, the knife, or the crowbar to fight him off with if he gets too close. Well, we'll try and lure him. We've got some meat on us for bait. We just need to get his attention first. How close do we have to get? A bit closer. He's walking away from us. There we go. Yeah, that one wasn't going to hit in a month of Sundays. Right, he's going for the bait. Oh, shot him in the backside. No, shot him in the foot and killed him outright. That's kind of crazy, but there you go. The game gave us that one. Right, where'd that other arrow go? Probably bounced a fair... There it is. And it broke. It must have been the low condition arrow. That's alright. Rather have it break now, so that we know it's broken, than break when we're firing it into something more dangerous than a small wolf. 3.7 kilos. It's just a pup. So 1 hour, 1 minute to harvest him. And that's his meat, his hide and his guts. There we go. Let's get that back, get that dropped off. Don't necessarily have to cook him right now, but let's get the meat dropped beside the campfires, get the hide and the guts indoors. And from the sound of Mark's shivering that the temperature is dropping, while it's early in the morning, these things happen. Not a huge amount of wind. It just must be a frosty morning. Clear skies, of course, will do that. Especially clear skies overnight. And it was a red sky last night, so that indicates that the skies are going to be clear. Let's just get the full kilos in place first. We'll put them straight onto the stones ready for cooking. And then we'll put the last half kilo on that last stone. I'm not sure why I did it that way, but should have put it on the stone. It's the way things happen. You never know what's running through my head at any given time. Right, let's get the skin dropped. We probably need to move up a bit. Somewhere about there, maybe. Let's try it. And it's not in the right place. And yeah, that glitch with positioning things is still happening. We can't move the wolf skins onto the top of the floor rugs. And if there's any overlap there, that'll do. If there's any overlap between them when you're trying to move them, it won't accept it either. It used to, it doesn't anymore. So get these guts dropped. Get them positioned. It's near as damn it, that'll do. There we are. Right. So, what's next? Oh yeah, let's sort the arrows out. Get rid of the broken one. Get rid of those feathers. And how many arrows does that leave us with? 6. One of them's not in great shape. So we'll get rid of the low condition one. Move that better low condition one into the pack. Top our arrows up to 10. Then at least we know how many we've got. That one is not in the best of shape, but it's better than the one that we took out of the pack. We've got, let's have a look, we've got 21 arrowheads and 3 broken or low condition arrows plus 400%, so that's 28 in the drawer, 10 on us, that's 38. And I believe we made 50 when we went to the forge, 50 arrowheads, so we've lost 12 arrowheads, arrowheads so far since we went to the forge at about day 40, so that's about 30 days ago. That's quite a high attrition rate. That's losing 1 arrow every 2.5 to 3 days. If that keeps up, we're going to have to do another forge run pretty soon, just to make sure that we've got the stockpile as a cushion against it, especially if we're going to go out to Pleasant Valley or to Timberwolf Mountain, because there's no forge out there, not within easy access anyway. So let's just pop outside, check if the weather's changed, pick up some food if we need it. It's still a beautiful clear day, blue skies, very little wind, but cold and frosty. We've got 6, 12, 14 kilos of meat and a couple of fish, so that's about 14 days worth of food sitting there, plus whatever's in the tins and snack food cupboard upstairs. We're in good shape. We're set up for doing jobs that take several days without having to do any hunting, so that's good. What we may do tomorrow is go back down to the dam, bring the next batch of loot up, start pulling everything back to the lake office, and only leave down at the dam the stuff that we really need there. So, all of that being said, usual spiel at the end of the video. Check the video description for links to my Discord, Facebook, Patreon, Twitter and Twitch. Please give the video a like. Consider subscribing to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notifications when a new video goes up. Hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I really do appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to leave comments down below. I read them all and I respond to them whenever it's required or you ask a question. And all of that being said, we'll end the video here, and as always from me, it's bye for now.